So welcome back to MathSpace, everybody. We're doing midpoints and endpoints today. And some of these questions are a little bit different than we saw in the digital notebook, so I wanted to make sure we knew how to do them. Is C the midpoint of AB? So is C the midpoint of AB? This is kind of a trick question. In order to be a midpoint, you have to be the midpoint of a segment. So A, B, and C, in order for C to be a midpoint, it has to be the same distance, but it also has to be on a line. So you decide, is C the midpoint of segment AB? Because that little hat right there, that little line means segment. So we definitely have to have that segment in there. Then we've got number 2, what can be said about point E? Is the midpoint of segment BD, or it is equidistant from A and C. So here's where we're gonna have to use our good vocabulary. It is the midpoint of BD, so E is the midpoint of BD, or it is equidistant. Equidistant means equal distance from A to C. So you decide which is the better answer. From the diagram, what is the midpoint of EF? So if I go from E to F, what is the midpoint? Which of these line segments are equivalent to 2 times EG? So 2 times EG. EG is this length, so which segment is twice that long? Is it A to F? Is it G to F? Or is it E to F? This is where it gets a little bit different, and it should be pretty intuitive now that we've done segment bisectors, but just wanted to make sure. Using the diagram, find the length of PR. So this is our question mark, that's our X. If the entire distance all the way across that total is 10.2, and these two things are equal to each other, then your equation is going to be 2x equals 10.2, or the part plus the part equals the total, or the half plus the half equals the total. So that's how I got 2x. That's this x, p to r, plus this x, r to q. And then you just solve your equation. So similarly in number 5, in the diagram below, M is the midpoint of segment KL. So if M is the midpoint, then this is a half, and this is a half. If this was a candy bar, we'd cut it in half. One person would have 5x plus 6. The other would have 8x minus 21, and we'd set those equal to each other. So just to be sure we remember how to solve equations, because we haven't really talked about this at all, and I know it's been a minute since many of you have done some algebra. I always subtract my smallest constant first. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. This might not serve me so well now that I'm looking at it, but equals 8x, and then this is going to be minus 27. Then I can subtract 8x to go the other direction, and I get negative 3x equals negative 27. I'm going to divide by 3 and divide by 3. A negative divided by, that's a negative 3, is a positive, so x is going to equal 9. So in my example, x is going to equal 9. But then there's a second part. Find the length of ML. So ML is just this little piece here. So now I've got to substitute in my 9, 8 times 9 minus 21. And if you need to pause the video here, you're welcome to do that. So if you've got 2 halves, you need to set them equal to each other. Solve, and then if the question is asking for x, give x. If the question is asking how long one of those pieces are, you're going to have to do some substituting. Okay? In question 6, we're back to that very beginning of the last video. What is the formula for midpoint, right? I want to find the average. So x plus x divided by 2. So it looks like x plus x divided by 2, and then y plus y divided by 2. Remember, this is written as an ordered pair. So when you do x plus x divided by 2, you're really finding just that new x coordinate. And y plus y divided by 2, you're really finding that y coordinate. In number 7, m is the midpoint. Oh, wait. M is the midpoint of A and B. So M is the midpoint. I'm always going to predict where it's going to go. So somewhere right in there, I'm going to have a midpoint. I'm going to do X and Y and X and Y. I'm going to do -2 plus 2. It's not like distance. I'm finding the average, so I've got to add. And then 0 plus 6 divided by 2. Make sure your x's are here and your y's are here. So -2 plus 2 is 0. I'm going to get a 0. And then 0 plus 6 is 6 divided by 2 is 3. If I go back to my prediction, that 0 and 1, 2, 3, I was almost spot on. My actual point is just a little bit higher. The question, however, is what is the x coordinate? So the x coordinate is that 0, and the y coordinate is going to be 3. And then you're going to plot your point. So if I was going to plot my point, it would be somewhere kind of right in there. Number 8, consider the midpoint of the line segment A and B. So we're just finding the x coordinate and the y coordinate. Same thing, x plus x, x plus x divided by 2, and y plus y divided by 2. Okay, x plus x divided by 2, y plus y divided by 2. If the midpoint AB and B is M, so this is an endpoint, this is the other endpoint, and this is the midpoint. This is where we're trying to find that endpoint. So we need an end, and we need a middle, and we're trying to find the other end. So it's kind of worded differently. We want to figure out how we go from 1 to 9. We go from 1 to 9 by adding 8. So we're going to follow that same pattern, add 8 more, and get 17. That's my new x value. Then my y value is going to be over here. On a number line, if I go from 3 to 7, I've added 3. $4 plus $3 is $7. So I add 3 more, and I get 10. My new ordered pair should be 17, 10. Same problem. If the midpoint of A and B is M, so I don't know what the endpoint is, and middle, other, endpoint. So I make my chart. An end has to go here, the middle has to go here, and an endpoint has to go here. So -7 and 2 and 1 and -2. And then I'm just looking for the pattern. So you decide what the pattern is. The A is going to be your X value, and your B is going to be the Y value. Your A is in the X column, and your B is in the Y column. Point M bisects the line joining A and B. So if you're not sure, you can draw A and B, and M bisects it. That just means those two segments are the same. So A, I don't know what that is. M is 1, -5, and B is -9 and 2. I have an endpoint, and I have a middle point, and I want to find out what my other endpoint is. So we're going to follow the pattern. Okay. That's it, guys.